Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 29 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 1039, minimum score triangulation of a polygon. So let's read the problem statement. You have a convex and sided polygon where each vertex has an integer value, right? And you are given an integer array values where values of I is the value of the ith vertex in clockwise order. Okay, so let's say this is your polygon, something like this, right? So let's say this is nothing but a vertex, b vertex, c vertex and d vertex. So we have given some values of these vertices, right? Let's say a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2, c is equal to, let's say, 4, d is equal to 5. So all these values are given in clockwise direction, right? So here if you see, where values of I is the value of the ith vertex in clockwise order, right? Now after this, polygon triangulation is a process where you divide a polygon into a set of triangles and the vertices of each triangle must also be vertices of the original polygon. Note that no other shapes other than triangles are allowed in the division. This process will result in n-2 triangles, right? So here if you see this particular diagram, so this is my polygon, right? And here the number of sides is nothing but 4, right? So now here if I do one thing, like if I split this polygon, right, and I form a triangle, so I can do it like this, right? If I just draw a line here, so now here see how many triangles I'm getting right now. So I'm getting 1 and 2. Okay, 2 triangles I'm getting, right? Same way I can also split it like this as well, right? Here I can, if let me select this, so here I can also divide it like this, right? Clear? So in this case, now see how many triangles we are getting. Again we are getting 2 only, right? 2 only, right? So here see, if you see here, so note that no other shapes other than triangles are allowed in the division. This process will result in n-2 triangles. So see, only n-2 triangles are possible, right? So only 2 triangles are possible, right? Here if you see, if I split it using this a and c point, right? So here this is one triangle, this is second triangle, right? And if I try to split it like this, let me select this pen, in this pink color line, then I'm again getting 2 triangles, right? So only 2 triangles are possible. So n is equal to 4 and this value is nothing but I can say n-2, right? Clear until now? Okay, so now let's see further. So you will triangulate the polygon. For each triangle, the weight of that triangle is the product of the values at its vertices. The total score of the triangulation is the sum of those weights over all n-2 triangles, right? And we have to return the minimum possible score that you can achieve with some triangulation of the polygon, right? So from this problem statement we are clear that for a n-sided polygon, right, we can form n-2 number of triangles, and I have proved it here, right? So n sides, 4 sides are there, so only I can split it like this pink color line or in blue color line, only these 2 ways, right? So only then I will get 3 sides, right, if I split them like this. So total how many triangles we can form, then from n is equal to 4, 2 only, right? Clear? So now here let's understand this with examples as well, right? So here if you see the constant size, n is equal to values dot length, n is from 3 to 50 and values of I value from 1 to 100, right? Now see this example number 1, right? So in example number 1, we have total 3 sides, right? N value is equal to 3 sides. So let's say these are the 3 sides and we have 3 values, right? And we have to keep them in clockwise order, right? A, B, C. So this is clockwise order, right? So A value is 1 here, right? So here I'm writing A is equal to 1, B value is nothing but 2 here, and C value is nothing but 3 here, right? Done. Now here n is the number of sides in a polygon, right? And now I can't split this in any more ways, right? I have to use vertices only to split. Okay, I have to use these vertices only to split, right? Only these 3 points, but I can't, right? I can't do, right? So because I need 3 sides at least, right? So here only one triangle is possible, right? We can't split this. So from this, n is the number of sides in a polygon, and how many triangles we can form? n-2. That is nothing but 3 minus 2 is equal to 1, only 1. That's it. So this is the only triangle that we can form, and the output of this one is nothing but a into b into c. That is nothing but 1 into 2 into 3, and it is nothing but 6. So 6 is output. The polygon is already triangulated and the score of the only triangle is 6. Done. Now see this example number 2. So we have 3 7 4 5, right? So here let's understand it in a better way. So let's say something like this, whatever you want to say, like this, right? So here let's say this is a is equal to 3, b is equal to 7, and c is equal to 4, and d is equal to 5. Now here n is equal to 4, right? And how many triangles we can form? We can form n minus 2 number of triangles. That is nothing but 4 minus 2, 2, right? And here from the diagram also it is clear, right? It is clear that I can split this like this. That's it. So this is one way, right? So if I split this polygon like this, so now again we are getting two triangles only, right? 1 and 2. So now two triangles we are getting, and the output of this one is going to be this one triangle. If you see a, b, and c combination, right? 3 into b is 7 and c is 4, right? Plus, right, and we have to do a, d, and c. So that is nothing but 3 into 5 into 4, right? These two triangles abc and adc. So here the output of this one is 7 into 3 is 21. 21 into 4 is 84, right? Let's calculate it again. 21 into 4 is nothing but 84, right? Correct. And here 5 into 4 is 20. 20 into 3 is 60. So what I'm getting 144, right? So yeah, this part 144, right? This is one way, right? Or I can do it like this also, right? This same polygon, right? Here let me draw it again. This something like this, right? And here, so here let's say a is equal to 3, b is equal to 7, c is equal to 4, right? And here d is equal to 5. So I can also triangulate it like this, right? In this way again I'm forming 1 and 2, right? So if this is the case, then in that case the output is going to be 3 into 7 into 5, this uh, a, d, and a b, right? And also one output is b, c, d. That is nothing but c4, d5, and b7, right? This, so product of this one is 245, but we have to return the minimum, right? So minimum is 144. So this is how we are solving this problem. I hope that you guys are clear, right? So now how I'm going to solve this problem, right? So let's see the logic of this. So here we have side 3745, right? 3745, just keep it in mind. So let's say these are the sides, right? A, b, c, d, and a is nothing but 3, b is nothing but 7, c is nothing but 4, and d is nothing but 5, right? So now what I'm going to do here, this my array is like this: 3, 7, 4, and 5, right? And here these are the index 0, 1, 2, 3, and my n is nothing but here 4, right? And how many triangles I can form? I can form n minus 2, that is nothing but 2 triangles I can form, right? This is clear. So here let me just quickly verify: 3, 7, 4, 5. Yeah, we are right. Okay, so now here what I'm going to do here, this is my polygon, right? This is my polygon. So this is the starting point and this is the end point, right? So if I choose these 2 points, this, right, and this point, so now how I'm going to split? So based on this point I can split, right? Like this is one way, right? Or based on this point I can split like this, right? These two ways are there, right? So here my a value and d value, I fixed it as one side, right? Now all the points based on which I can split are lying above these 2 points, right? Above these 2 points, a and d is nothing but this, and the points based on which I can split are lying above this a and d only, right? So I'm taking the first and last point. Okay, so now this is done. So now I am fixing my a here and I'm fixing my d here, right? So this is done. This is done. So here this value is nothing but 3 and this value is nothing but 5. Now let's say this is nothing but my I value, right? I value, this one, right? That is nothing but my, let's say my I is here at this particular position, right? So now when my I is here and I am fixing one more point, that is nothing but this end point. Let's say my J is here. Okay, so this is done. So now my K value, it can be this 7 first, right? Based on this 7 I can split, or it can be this 4, right? So what I'm going to do, my A and J are fixed and I'm going to find out the middle points now. Based on this point, right, this K7, I'm going to do the split, right? This based on this point. So this D is nothing but my J, I is nothing but my A, and here there is some point, let's say K, and right now I'm taking it as 7, right? This is nothing but K point. Oh, okay, so this is what I'm trying to do. So now let's understand one more thing here, right? So let's say this is some bigger polygon, not of this length, but some bigger polygon, right? Something like this, something like this, something like this. All right, so now here let's say we have points like this, A, B, C, D, E, F, right? So here I'm always taking the end points, right? These two, because if I do this, if I take this as my I and this as my J, now based on these points only we have to split based on this B, C, D, E, right? So now let's say if based on C point I'm trying to split based on C point, right? So I and J is fixed, right? So that simply means I'm forming a triangle like this here and here, right? Based on these points, this is nothing but let's say my K that I'm taking as of now, right? So these points, I have one array like this now, A, B, C, D, E, F, right, like this. I am taking this as my I, this as my J, and let's say my K is here, right? K is here. So now here, first if I'm taking 3 points, right? A, C and F. So A, C and F are a part of triangle. A, C into F, these are the part of my triangle, right? A into C into F, right? But this is one part. In this side also I'm getting something, in this side also I'm getting something. So let's say this is nothing but my left, and let's say this is nothing but my right, right? Okay, so this is my left side, this is my right side, and this is the triangle, right? Okay, so now in this point, this left side, I can say that my left side is nothing but it is from A to C, right? This is nothing but my left side. I'm going to say this is nothing but my left side, and my right side I'm going to say it is nothing from C to, let me use some other pen, C to F. This is nothing but my right side. Okay, this is nothing but my right side, and here this A, let me use some other pen here, this A and C and F are part of one triangle, right? So part of triangle is nothing but A, F and C, these vertices, and A, B, C, A to C, this is nothing but my left, and C, D, E, F is nothing but my right. Okay, so now I'm calling my solve method, right? I'm calling my solve method from I to J, right? Like this. Let's say this is my recursive method, right? In this I am passing some I and J, right? Now here, if for one K point I am forming one triangle, right? So I into J into K, right? The values, I'm not taking the index, let's say these are the values, right? Then also this is what I'm getting one thing, and until K, right? K also I can do one thing, I can call my solve method recursively. I to K also I need to solve. This is nothing but my, I can say left side, right? And also I need to solve for the right side, which is nothing but solve K to J, right? And this is nothing but my current triangle, right? These three things, right? So my, I have to calculate my answer. So my answer is nothing but it is going to be the sum of this left, right, and the triangle I into JK, because we have to calculate the summation of all the sides, right? So here I was splitting this like this, right? 3 into 7 into 5 and 4 into 5 into 7. So I have to do the summation of this. So how I'm going to get the output for all this? So I have to solve one left side, I have to solve the right here. If I'm splitting like this now, so I'm checking this and this also, right? This side and this side. Same way in this bigger example also, if I'm forming a triangle this like this T1, so I have to calculate this, but I have to find out the triangles that I'm forming in this region and the triangles that I'm forming in this left region. So left and right, these methods are going to give me that particular value, right? So I hope that you guys are clear how my recursion is going to work, right? So with code you are guys are going to get much better understanding, right? So just wait. So okay, so now let's come to this particular example, right? So now in this case, here you, based on this point you are splitting, right? Based on this point, so let's say like this. Now here there is you are going to call solve I to K, right? Also this is for left, and for right you are going to call solve K to J, and for this triangle the output is nothing but 3 into 7 into 5, right? So 3 into 7, 21, 21 into 5, what's the value? So something, let's say something we are getting, right? But here one more thing, I'm getting this, but here in this left side we have 3 and 7 I'm passing, right? So in the solve method I'm passing, right? This is nothing but my solve method. So with just these two values, can I form a triangle? let's say initially my I to j, right? So I split, I have to solve this part. So again in this part, this is my I, this is my j, right? So here what is the j minus I, distance between them, j minus I. So distance among them, I'm going to say that it should be equal to 2 or greater than 2. But if this value is less than 2, then simply return 0. This is nothing but my base condition, because I need at least 3 vertices to form a triangle, right? So this is what I'm going to do. Let's write the code, then you guys will get much better understanding. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, let's see. So let me just maximize the screen. Very simple. I'm just going to simply write the recursion memo code, right? So here first I'm going to calculate the value of n. N is nothing but values dot length, and then here I'm just going to call return, and in this I'm just going to pass solve method, and in solve method I'm just going to pass values 0 to n minus 1. All these values I'm going to pass, right? 0 to n minus 1, 0 I, and n minus 1 is nothing but my j value, right? So this is done. Now after this I have to just simply write one solve method. So int solve, and in this solve method I'm just going to pass the values, right? And I'm going to pass the value of I and here j, right? These two values I'm passing. And now inside this base case is nothing but if j minus I, right, the distance of these two indexes of, okay, if it is less than 2, then in that case simply return 0, right? It's a 0 based indexing, right? So if your j is at 2 index and I is 0, so 2 minus 0, that simply means we have 3 points, right? So that is why I'm writing it like this. And here once this is done, then we have to return the answer, right? So here int answer I'm creating, and here I'm saying minimum we have to return, so I'm taking the max value, integer dot, and here max underscore value, and after that I have to check the k point. So here I'm just going to write int k is starting from I plus 1 and k is less than j and k plus plus, right? And here after that left side, the right side we are going to get, and the triangle we are going to get some value, right? These three are the things that we are going to get. Triangle, spelling wrong, right? Triangle. Okay, these three things. So left is nothing but, in the left this is a big polygon, I'm dividing into small polygon, right? So left is nothing but solve, and I'm just going to pass the values, and this time my I is going to start from what, I only, and it is going to end, my k is going to be a j, okay, for the solve method. And again here in this side I'm again going to call this solve method, right? In this I'm going to pass the values, and this time my I value is nothing but it's going to be k, right, the starting of this, and until j, right? So this is done. And here triangle, how I'm going to calculate? So here it's very simple, values of I into values of j into values of k, right? These three things, right? And answer, right, answer is nothing but we have to return the minimum, right? Math dot min. So minimum among what, any old value of answer as of now, whatever the previous value of answer, or this left plus right plus this triangle, okay, among this summation of this, right? That's it. So here I have to return answer here, right? So k, right, k less than j. Okay, so now let's run it again and let's see. So see, all the test cases has been accepted. Now let's see if we are able to submit our solution or not. So see, we are getting time limit exceeded error, right? So now in order to fix it, so I can do one thing now. I can use the memoization, right? I can use the memoization. So memoization is also very simple, right? So here in this solve method, only two values are changing every time, I and j, right? So for I and j, for this value of I and j, if I already know the output of my solve method, I will save that value somewhere, right? So for next time, if I again calculate the, if I again call this same solve method for this particular points only I and j, then I can simply use that out, right? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create one memoization 2D array, right? We have two values that are changing, right? So here int memo, right? And here I'm just going to initialize this memo is equal to new int, right? And here this is nothing but going to be n in n, right? And here I'm calling this, and here whatever the answer value, right, here I'm getting, I'm going to store it in memo of this I and j. For this I and j, okay, for this I and j, whatever the value, I'm going to store it in answer. And here I can do one more thing. Here in the starting itself, if I can check if I have already computed this value. So if a memo of this I and j value, right, if it is not equal to 0, right? In that case, I'm just going to return this memo of I and j. That's it. That's it. Okay, so now let's run it again and see if there are code issues. So try to fix it. So no issues. Now let's see if we are able to pass all the test cases or not. So see, we are good now, right? So we are able to pass all the test cases. And what is going to be time complexity for this one? So here for I and j points, I'm checking, and inside this, I'm also checking for k, right? I can say it's of n cube, right? Let's see from here. Yes, of n cube, right? But here if you see n is very small, right? Only 50, so no issues, right? So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem, and if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.